Look, Tom Brady may have spent 20 seasons on the Patriots, but when it comes to this Super Bowl, he is not picking sides. When appearing on the Let's Go SiriusXM podcast with Jim Gray, Brady said, quote, "I don't got a dog in the fight in this one. May the best team win." Do we think it's wrong for Brady not to root for the Pats in this upcoming Super Bowl? Cam?
No, what? Like, what are we doing? Why is this even a topic? The man can't have his own opinion? I'm saying to myself, like, so for the rest of his life, he has to choose the New England Patriots. Hell or high water. Being in his position, covering the game, and not being biased to a degree, it's like, okay, there's a humanistic side, but then there's a professional side. Maybe it's a little bit of both in this particular regard, but at the same time, people expecting you to always go with the team that you played with. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Like he is entitled to his own opinion, and by saying "May the best team win," that ain't nothing bad for me.
Yeah, but if you were here and you weren't rooting for the Cowboys, you weren't rooting for the Panthers, we'd be like, why? What's up with that?
May the best team win, Shae. Like, what do you want him to say? I'm going with the New England Patriots regardless.
Yeah, he spent half his life there. Why not? I guess I don't understand why not.
Well, let me let people in on this, right? Like, every former player don't like the team that they played for. Okay, that's the reality. Like, look, the expectation was for Tom Brady to say, "Yeah, I want New England to win the game." He don't feel that way, and I'm kind of with Cam. So, like, this is. Look, we are going to make a big deal out of it, and it is a talking point. I think Tom Brady was. Here's what my first thought was. And I understand the reaction from his former teammates. But some teammates hold that in a higher regard. Some teammates don't have what Tom Brady has going on. Tom Brady is part owner of another football team. He's also an in-game analyst. I questioned the credibility of him and the league when they talked about him being in meetings with other teams while being part owner of the Las Vegas Raiders. Shae, hold on one second, though. When you think about the thought process and this expectation that Tom Brady should be all in on the Patriots, I understand it from a feelings perspective. It's a statue of him outside the stadium. He won the Super Bowls there. Cool, I'm sure something about him says it would be nice for New England to win. But Tom Brady has always been calculated. He's always thought about the things that he is putting out into the public sphere. And I think this was more about where he is now as a person, as opposed to, I don't think he's not rooting for the Patriots. I think he says may the best team win as an analyst and as part owner of the Las Vegas Raiders.
He spent 20 years there. Won 6 Super Bowl titles, took him to 9 Super Bowl appearances, right? It would have been nice if he sat up there, the Patriots faithful, the organization, Mr. Kraft, who he's got a great relationship with, who never wanted them to leave, you know what I'm saying? All of those things, and orchestrated a way where you could do a contract where you could walk out the door, you know, after his final year in New England and stuff like that. It'd have been nice for him to say, hey, it'd be nice, you know, I'm working for the Patriots. But I don't give a damn that he didn't. It's not a big deal. Again, it would have been nice. If it were me, of course, I would have said, hell yeah, I want the Patriots to win. But people walking around acting like it's so offensive and they lose their sleep. Calm the hell down.
You think Drake Maye's playing with house money, Dio?
Absolutely not. And that's an outrageous statement for a person that has made a living talking about sports and players and capitalizing on moments. Dan Marino made it at 23, never got back. Jared Goff made it at 24, hasn't been back. Joe Burrow made it at 25, hasn't been back. Cam Newton made it at 26, never got back. Steve McNair made it at 26, never got back. How many opportunities are you actually going to get to win the Super Bowl?
Cam, your name was mentioned in there. Go ahead. Who you agree with? House money for Drake Maye, or do you agree with Dan?
Dan. I got to go with Dan. But let's state the facts here. If Drake Maye is able to find a way to win this Super Bowl, to Ryan's point, you now are propelled to an expectation that not a lot of people ever reached this early. He's exceeded expectation this early in his career. He's only in year 2. But at the same time, coming from experience, I would have betted my right arm if somebody would have told me the night I lost the Super Bowl, would I ever be back to the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
I would have told them, absolutely I would.
Yep.
That's just not how things work. That's not how this league works. And the understanding to think that the following year, you don't just get to start in the Super Bowl. You start over, and next year is a new year. So to the point of he's playing with house money, yes, but it still is a time that you have to, conquer what most would not think you to do.
Well, I mean, you two guys went to one. I never went to one. I didn't sniff it. I was enjoying the festivities while I was getting ready for a game.
Eating finger food.
Yeah, I was chilling. Like, man, you know what? I hope RC ball tonight. Here's the thing for me, man. Like, house money in the NFL, to me, is not a real thing. You should be ashamed of yourself down there, number one, for saying that. You know, you done told the Dallas Cowboys ass up every year I've been on this television, and you know how hard it is to get to a Super Bowl. Did you say that?
Did I say what? That
Drake Maye playing with house money.
Yes, he did.
So did I.
Let me ask you a question.
Why?
Hold on, no. Don't go to him yet. Stay right here. 'Cause
Okay.
The nerve, the audacity, the unmitigated gall that you would spew out of your mouth on national television and talk about I should be ashamed of myself. First of all, you lost the argument when you brought up, I said Drake Maye is playing with house money in the Super Bowl, and then you mentioned the Cowboys in the same sentence. Because it wasn't about no Super Bowl with y'all.
No.
Because you ain't never been to one in 30 years.
That's the point.
That's the reality.
That's the point.
All right, well, he's here.
That's the point.
He's here. The only time Dallas Cowboy has been here is when it's a former player or some product they promoting. The fact of the matter is Drake Maye is playing.
Did you say this under the prism that he would get back if he didn't win it? Because that's my understanding.
No. I said it under the prism that if he doesn't play up to snuff this year in this game, it's not going to sit up there and irreparably damage him like that. That's what I was saying.
Okay. Well, that's a different conversation. If you were talking about it's just a given, it's a given that he'll be back in the Super Bowl.
I was not saying that.
All right. Well, I apologize. I apologize.
All
right. I apologize. Because if you're talking about the individual performance, we're having a different conversation.
Because of anything.
Well, when they put a damn graphic up there, you're playing with house money. What the hell you think I'm thinking?
Stop with the apology.
Here, and I had this conversation with Dan yesterday. I said this last week when I was on with Cam and Stephen A. And here's my thing. He's walking in, and he doesn't have to put $1 on the table, and he can leave with the entire casino. When Drake,
as an individual.
As an individual.
I got you.
That's my thing. And no, it doesn't just mean you're going to get back. Think about this. When I walked off of the field in 2011 at AT&T Stadium, Aaron Rodgers had just won his first Super Bowl.
Yep.
You couldn't have told anybody watching that game with as well as Aaron Rodgers played that he'd never get back again.
Yep.
You couldn't have told me that the Pittsburgh Steelers that had been to 2 Super Bowls in 3 years, 3 Super Bowls in 6 years, who's returning everybody else, would never get back to a Super Bowl. Or that Mike Tomlin would never be in another one after that time. I get that. I get how hard it is to get there, and it's even harder to win it. Drake Maye individually is ahead of schedule. Drake Maye individually has taken the team that only won 8 games in the 2 previous years and made them a division winner. He's made them a Super Bowl team. Yep. So what I'm saying for him, we are going to see him at a certain level and feel a certain way about him when he comes out of this game, unless something catastrophic happens in this game that changes the way we view his football character.
Listen, like I said, I get that.
Yeah.
I understand that, and I agree. Because Drake Maye doesn't have to be the story of this game in order to still be a part of something that's going to carry the rest of the way. I was under the impression we was talking about it's a given he going to get back because he's in his second year as a quarterback.
First off, because
Cam, what impression were you under?
Man, you just
Okay. I'm just saying, because you and I agree. Listen, I can understand that from a practical thought, right? Like, you would think for all, just like if Jaden Daniels would have made it, right? House money. Not supposed to be here, underdog, year ahead of schedule. I get all of that.
Look where it is now.
I was just thinking about for a team and the rest of his career. I got you.
Obviously, house money can insinuate that you would expect to get
him to be back in this
How
thing.
this league works, it's no guarantee.
Right.